Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today I have a card for you that was made using supplies from the Spellbinders 2021 June card kit of the month called Wild Hello. And this little card is so adorable. I used one of the journaling cards that came in the kit. It's double-sided, but I'm going to use the front side, and this adorable pattern paper that measures 4 by 5¼ inches. And then this card base, you get 10 of these in the kit with envelopes, and it measures 4¼ by 5½. So let's get started. So I'm just going to use this die set here. This is from Sizzix. It's 561 by Stephanie Bernard. And this frame here, I'm going to put around that journaling card and then trim off the excess edges. But Stephanie Bernard designed these dies for Sizzix, and she has her own company. She creates dies and stamps and all kinds of card making supplies. It's called the Stamps of Life if you're interested. I'm not an affiliate with her or anything, but I do like some of her designs, so I thought I'd share that with you. Now, so I'm going to just adhere this, and again, I'm going to trim off those edges that are sticking out with my little paper trimmer here. This is my Fiskars paper trimmer. I love this little trimmer because it has that little line, that little metal line in the groove where the scoring blade goes, and that helps you know exactly. It's called a sure cut because you can see that metal wire and it tells you exactly where you're going to be cutting. I also love their rotary trimmer. That one's pretty expensive though. I purchased mine a long time ago at Costco and I love it. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those, but it's a really nice little rotary trimmer. I don't prefer the guillotine cutters. Those are not my cup of tea. I've used those before back when I did scrapbooking with Creative Memories, and they had a little mini guillotine paper trimmer, and I've just never really loved those. But anyway, I'm just adhering this journal card to the front in the center of my card. And then those little die cut shapes I'm going to pop up on my card using the foam adhesive that comes in the kit. And these little die cut shapes also come in the kit. I'm using the flowers and the heart and the rainbow. And I thought that those were perfect additions because of what it says on the front there. More sunshine, more smiles, more laughter, more happiness, more flowers, more rainbows, more love. Now I love that sweet sentiment. And for the inside of the card, I'm going to use my computer and printer to print up a thing that goes along, you know, just a little greeting that goes along with the sentiment on the front of the card. So I decided that I needed one more little foam adhesive square right there. And then I'm going to put that there, and now the front of the card is done. Of course, you could always add more to it if you wanted to add some of the Wink of Stella glitter brush that I always do. So I set my margins on my computer to 1 inch all the way around, so I'm just using my ruler to measure from the side and the top 1 inches so I know where to adhere that little piece. And I ran it through my printer and it came out perfect. I did use the font called Amatic because it was the closest that I could find to the font that was used on the front of the card. It wasn't perfect and not exact, but it's pretty close. So anyway, I'm going to adhere this to the inside of my card, which you can see here, using my, this is a scrapbook adhesives, double-sided adhesive applier, I don't know, whatever you call it. And then I wanted to bring in some of that sunshine pattern paper so that it would be repeated on the inside and the design would just carry over and it would just look like it was meant to be. So I'm just measuring here so I can cut these off and then adhere them. And I don't know if you could see that metal line there on that paper trimmer, but that's what I love about this paper trimmer. You know exactly where it's going to cut. Okay, so I'm just going to, I decided that I wanted to trim these down a little bit on their length as well. I thought they were just a little bit too long. So I went ahead and did that as well. Okay, so now I'm just going to adhere those pieces to the inside of my card. And I really do like the look of having that same design on the inside as on the front. It just makes it look that much more finished and I think a little more professional in a way. So that's something I enjoy doing. Alrighty. all done with the card, except I just need to trim off this little bit here, and then I'm going to move on to doing the envelope. Now, one of the things I'll say about the envelope is that if you're sending it through the mail, you may not want to attach this extra piece of paper. I think as long as you adhere it really well to the envelope, it shouldn't be a problem. It's just a very small piece of paper. But if you're concerned about it, then by all means don't do it. Okay, so for this cute little sunshine die cut shape, I'm just going to put adhesive on the top half of it until I'm ready to seal the envelope. And then there is a cute little heart that comes in the stamp set that is in the kit, and I'm going to stamp that on my envelope with some pigment ink. So you could see that I was testing it out there on that notepad. But right now I'm going to use, the reason I'm using my stamping tool here is because I want to stamp it multiple times. And this is pigment ink. If you use dye ink, it's going to be a little more transparent, and I didn't want orange heart, so that yellow would react with the dye ink, so that's why I use pigment ink. So there is the finished product with the back of the envelope. Thanks for stopping by today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you'd like to be notified of my videos. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.